Trading card people. My name is Zach Humphrey, aka Zach the Ripper, and this is my YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about all things trading card games, open cards, hang out, try to give you the latest and greatest, all that kind of good stuff. Do giveaways, give code cards. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Come join us. I should have weekly content. I'm going to be opening booster boxes regularly, all that kind of good stuff. But most of you here aren't here for all of that. You're here to see what you read in the title, which is how to start collecting a trading card, right? So maybe you went to the store, maybe you went to, maybe you're like me, when you were a kid, you really didn't have a lot of money to be able to collect. So when you became an adult, you went to a Target or Walmart. You walked by an aisle and something caught your eye, and you just picked out a pack of Pokemon cards, or for me it was a pack of Dragon Ball Super cards, and then you just went crazy. You started going, man, I really love these things. I really want to get back into trading cards. I have the financial freedom to be able to do some of that stuff now, and maybe you don't have all that financial freedom in the world, but maybe you just want to get started and you want to save some money. You want to make sure you do it the right way, and that's really what this video is. So I'm going to talk about tips and tricks on how to just get started in the hobby, things that you can do to learn a little bit about everything, to know how to price things, and then just some closing thoughts and advice. So I'll get right into it. And once again, if you already haven't, like, subscribe to my page or to my channel. I'll keep delivering all this kind of good stuff. So just getting in to Pokemon or TCGs, what things can I offer you if you're just getting started? So if you're just getting started, first thing, there's a great community for Pokemon and trading card games. It's huge, it's massive. There's tons of different resources and people out there that, as long as you reach out to them, they're going to be really, really good to you, and they're going to give you good feedback and really coach you on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So my first tip is just join the community. Just come in, let it over you, right? Couple things you can do to join the community that are really simple. There's a ton of Facebook groups. I probably belong to 30-ish different buy, sell, trade, collectors, misprints, Final Fantasy, Digimon. I kind of am in all of those different Facebook communities. So that's my first suggestion. Just join those. There's a ton of people on there posting constantly about grading cards, about what cards are good, what sets are good, what when there's going to be releases, all that kind of good stuff. So just go out there and read it and let it all come in. All you have to do is follow these groups and join them. Most of them do giveaways and stuff in order to get you into their groups. So it also gives you a shot at getting some free Pokemon cards as well. Other things you can do, follow people on TikTok. I have a TikTok. It's Zach the Ripper, just like my YouTube page or channel. So you can do that. Join Instagram, do all the social media stuff. But what I've found really helpful is going to local card shops. So there's about 3 or 4 card shops that are regular in the greater Denver area. And those guys and gals have been super welcoming from the first days that I started buying cards from them. This is a few years ago, but they were always super helpful, always nice, always willing to talk to me about whatever it is. One of my local card shops is really into Dragon Ball Super. One of them is almost primarily all Pokemon. It's really cool that you can get into these communities. Most of them have tournaments. Most of them have things that you guys can get involved with. So go out there, get involved with them. The local card shops, honestly, when you're buying cards there, just tap someone on the shoulder, start a conversation. And join the community. So that was the first step, was join the community. Second thing is start getting used to pricing. Start understanding how pricing works, and start getting knowledge about how all of the sets work and whatever that is. The reason that I say that is you want to avoid spending extra money, right? This hobby can get very expensive very quickly, regardless of what kind of trading card that you're buying, particularly if you're getting anything that's vintage. It can get pretty spendy. So you want to make sure that you understand what it is that you're actually buying and see if it's worth it. If you are brand new to any sort of card hobby and you are just going out there and buying whatever, I highly suggest that you pull that back. So here's a couple things that you can do. One, to learn the sets, whether that be Final Fantasy, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. download some apps. There's plenty of apps. The best one that I prefer for Pokemon is Pokemon Collector or Poke Collector, but there's tons of them out there that you can track, trace your app or your collection. TCG Player has an app as well where you can take a picture of your cards and it'll actually upload your collection and it'll show you the average price that those cards are being sold for. So TCG Player is super useful for that. On the topic of pricing, one of the best things that you can do in order to determine the price of any object that you're about ready to buy, sell, whatever, whether it's sealed product, cards, top loaders, what have you, is to go onto eBay. There's a section on eBay. If you click down, it's the sold items. It's in the filter. You click filter, go to sold items, and you can actually see whatever you're searching for is selling on eBay. So just go on there, see what it's selling for. That's probably the price that you're going to be able to sell that item for. This also really helps when you buy an item and then you're going out there and saying, hey, I want to sell this. Some things like the Evolutions booster box, XY Evolutions booster box. When I first got into the game and XY was out, there were $98 boxes or $89 boxes. If you were to watch those on eBay when the COVID Charizard craze happened, those boxes went 120, 130, 140 all the way up to $400 plus now, pretty much in a week and a half, and you can set that up and watch on eBay those items. So other things you can do to learn about the sets and watch for pricing is just play the games. There's these Battle League decks that are out, the Zacian Battle League deck and the Pikarom Battle League deck, Pikachu and Zekrom. They are fabulous. They're tournament, pretty much you can grab them, make a couple changes to these decks and be tournament ready. At least be able to play and compete in these tournaments. So go out there and play the game. If you have a friend that collects with you, play a game with them. Final Fantasy, whatever. It'll teach you pretty quickly what cards are more valuable than others, what more cards are more playable than others, what sets are more desirable than others, and it's probably going to teach you pretty quick what cards to play with and what not to play with, because you're going to be able to judge their value by that. Other things you can do, I have written down here, read blogs, just Google stuff. There's resources like Poke Guardian and Poke Beach that are great websites that have pretty regular content put out there. You can go to those to learn a little bit more about the sets, recent knowledge, and some stuff about what's probably going on with the pricing. So last but not least, so I've already talked about joining the community and just getting involved as much as you possibly can with the people that are in TCG. And then the second thing is pricing and set knowledge. Like I said, go to eBay, play the game, go download apps, educate yourself about all of that. And then my advice, kind of my closing thought, is one, and this is I think the most important one that I had to decide, is choose a direction. Choose what it is that you actually want to collect and go for that. The reason that I say that is you could go crazy spending a lot of money just going after that one chase card in every single set. That probably isn't going to be financially all that viable for you. You could just keep kind of getting it and selling it and moving on like that, but you're probably not going to be able to collect all that much if you're just kind of spraying and praying, right? So choose what it is that's important to you. If it's Charizards, great. Don't spend, $500 trying to hunt for a Charizard that you could buy raw at $200. It just doesn't make sense. If you want that, go out and buy it as a single. If you want to keep stuff sealed, great. Find out what stuff is going to be good sealed. Usually holiday sets are pretty much a guarantee of a good return on your investment. But if that's what you want to do, make sure that you choose it and then you kind of narrow your search. I particularly collect Lucario and art set packs. That's pretty much it. Everything else, I either grade, sell, move, but those are my two major focuses. Some people are going to collect old vintage sets. Awesome. Don't buy a bunch of trash and end up with nothing. Do have some sort of focus and choose that and go for it. If you're going to do vintage, don't just say I'm going to do vintage. Say I'm going to do, Crystal Guardians. I'm going to do Skyridge. I'm going to do, base set. Or I'm going to try to get as many first editions. Just try to have some sort of focus. I like modern too. Some people are going to say, I'm only going to collect modern sets, and they try to make master sets out of those. For Final Fantasy, it's all for me. That's all about the cards that I'm going to play. So, for me, it's very much about collecting exactly what I need to build a really good deck for Final Fantasy, and that's a lot for a lot of people for what they want to collect for. So, other closing thoughts: buy at MSRP or below. If you're about ready to buy something that is above MSRP, you have to do your research. You have to know if that's going to be worth it, or it has to be really important to you, and it's going to have to be something you want to keep for a long time. Buying above MSRP, and particularly opening packs after you've purchased above, particularly considerably above MSRP, probably isn't going to yield you financially what you want. If you're going to want to keep collecting, it's probably going to be a little bit too much. So if at all possible, purchase at MSRP. Try to avoid the scalpers. I know that's hard. One way that you can do that is do pre-orders. I have a website, Aurora Beam Collectibles. You can go on there. You can get pre-orders from us. You can get anything. Hopefully we're at MSRP for almost everything on there. But for the most part, you can pre-order this stuff from a lot of different people. If you do it and you do it right, you can collect for fairly cheap. Danny Phantom has a really cool video that explains some of the finances of buying an actual booster box and then breaking that down into bulk cards that you're going to sell in order to actually profit off of everything that you're buying under MSRP or at or under MSRP. So really cool video. Check that out. And then I'm going to just say it again. I kind of said it in pricing and stat knowledge, but play the games. Play around a Final Fantasy, go on to an online app and play one of the online games. There's plenty of TCGs that you can play online, including Pokemon, which is really popular if you already haven't played it or if that's not how you got here. But no matter what, try to play the games. They teach you a ton. You learn exactly what it is that people are talking about. You learn the jargon, the lingos of everything, and it just teaches you a ton about what it is that you're going to want to get out of whatever the cards you are trying to hunt. So that's it. That's all I have for getting into collecting and a couple tips and tricks. Once again, subscribe, like. If you want to leave at this point, you can leave, but I'm going to open up a pack of Pokemon cards.
Okay, so this is day 3 of my 25 packs of Christmas. So today I'm pretty excited because I'm going to open up one of my Evos. I have several of these, but I'm pretty darn excited about these ones. I have almost every single card in this set, other than the Mega Charizard and the reprint base set Charizard. So hopefully we get one of those today. I got a bunch more of these for the rest of my 25 days of Christmas, but this is my 25 packs of Christmas, but this is my first one. So we'll do that. And then we'll rip it and grip it. Oh, okay. Well, we can still have a shot for that reverse. Give you guys this here. Did you guess the energy right? All right. Yeah, nice work. Okay. Here we go. What is Zach going to hit today? The Ripper. That's a reverse hollow hunter and a D1. Reverse hollow hunter and a D1. Not too bad, but I like that hunter. Good looking card. Okay, cool. Ooh, and I got another switch. Sweet. I use these retro switches in my play, so those are pretty cool. Anyway, here's your code card, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I'll have more packs to open. I'll do more things here for the rest of the month. Stop in to see what I all got. Have a good day, everybody. Pokemon TCG on. Rip on.